Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about teaching I received when I was a young man. It's about the enemies of wisdom. When I used to study with one of my old teachers way back in the jungles of Sri Lanka when I was very young, one day he said to me, because I was very argumentative, I was very analytical, I would sit here dissecting everything that he said and arguing and discussing and pulling it all up and apart. And he said to me, "You, son, you are the stupidest pupil in my group." And I was highly offended. I was thinking to myself, here I am, I'm this, incredibly bright person. I got an IQ rating and Mensa and all this stuff. And how can he say such a thing? And then he taught me the enemies of wisdom. And out of that, I took it home and I did the usual. I dissected them, I analyzed them, I looked into them. But as I explored them deeply, I got to understand that it was true. And since then, my journey has taken on a remarkable turn. My mind has opened up, and as a result, I have been able to discover wisdoms that I would otherwise have never been able to ascertain for myself. So this little teaching, I hope, will be of enormous benefit to you. And I would ask you to listen to it with an open mind. Do not let these enemies of wisdom get in the way. So, the first enemy he taught me was an enemy called dogma. Dogma is when we believe in a certain position or statement, and we decide that that is right and everything else is wrong. What that does is, it means that your mind cannot open up to see the possibilities of another position, and perhaps even discover the difficulties, the untruths that lie in the position that you're being dogmatic about. So this really sounds very simple, isn't it? It is. It really is. The second thing that he taught me was cynicism and, surprise, surprise, cynicism, and I think yes I did, cynicism and skepticism. Now, skepticism. Now, you'd ask yourself, oh, wait a minute. What we are talking about here are two particular conditions. Cynicism says that there are a certain position can never take place. And skepticism says that certain possibilities are never possible. Skepticism is actually in the application, and I suppose the definition of the word will be important, but if you take the definition of the word the way I'm applying it, you will understand that when you are skeptical about things and you say, no, it is not possible, you're actually shutting your mind from exploring that possibility. Does that make sense? I think you will get that. So cynicism and skepticism are barriers to wisdom because they do not let you open your mind to new possibilities, or even possibilities which you do not believe in or are not committed to. The third one was the one that really stumped me. And it was the word analysis. It took me a moment or two to really work that out. But get this. How do we analyze? Whenever something new turns up into our life, what we do is we go back into our memories, into our past, into the experiences of our life, and the knowledge and wisdoms we have gained from that, the information we have collected. Then we use that education, that knowledge, that stuff that is hanging around in our head to analyze something completely new. Strange, isn't it? Something completely new is new because it is not in our past. So if you're using the limited constraints, the limited thought processes, the limited knowledge, wisdoms, understandings, and information that we have accumulated in our lives up to this moment to analyze something that is coming brand new to us, that we've never experienced before, that would be a bit ridiculous, isn't it? When you think about it, it is a bit ridiculous. So these are the three enemies of wisdom. And if you can observe your mind and keep an eye as to what is actually happening, especially when something that comes up which seems to you unbelievable or is saying to you, oh, that's not possible, stop for a moment and say, hold on. I don't know whether it is possible or not possible. The other day I was having a discussion with someone and he said, oh, well, I can tell you something that's not possible. I said, what? He said, grow another head. I said, actually, I will take you to a little scientific journal here, and they've been experimenting with this. And actually they discovered it is possible, but they don't know how to do it yet. So everything, if you think about it, if you just turn around and say it's not possible, you are not going to open your mind to that possibility. And who knows what amazing adventures lie in the journey towards that possibility. I think your life is going to become poor by exercising these three enemies of wisdom. Because I think if you imagine what your life would be if your mind was so open that it saw it like a little child, walking through life, experiencing every delight, every new nuance, every new experience, and appreciating and taking it on and going, wow, I learned something new this moment. And the next moment I learned something new as well. I think life can take on a very exciting and almost childlike quality that perhaps would be both in some ways introducing a richness of experience and adventure into your life, but also bringing you great wisdom and knowledge, making known the unknown. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope this little conversation has given you an opening to a richer and broader life. And I look forward to hearing of your great exploits as you set out on a journey of discovery and adventure. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish you an adventurous and magnificent day. Thank you.